I'm Sam.
And I'm Greg.
We're human beings. And we like movies.
We'll be doing reviews of brand new releases,
Old classics,
entire sagas,
and even TV shows and video games.
This is Reaction Time.
Oh my gosh. I didn't show you the thing. I didn't show you Barbie Girl by Rammstein.
No.
I think it would only
Was
be...
that in this?
No. I think it
Okay.
would only be appropriate to start the episode with it.
Okay.
Hey Spetter! Heb je zin om met mij een avondje te gaan stappen?
Wie denk je wel wie je bent?
Ik heet Moppie, ik ben een lekker wijf met een heel mooi lijf. Ik hou van zoenen, lekker lang zoenen.
Neem een ander in de maling. Vrouwen horen thuis. Achter het fornuis. Sokken stoppen. De plega soper. Hey,
No, never heard of that. Don't even know them.
You've probably heard like a couple songs by them.
Maybe.
There's like two really popular ones. There's Du Hast, which was like really popular, like early 2000s. Really,
It does
angry,
sound
like Du Hast mich.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
And then there's one other, but I can't remember what it was. And I think they had those two on like a rock band or a Guitar Hero, like at some point. But anyway, so with that being said, we can dive into the episode now. Okay.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 34 of Reaction Time Podcast.
Reaction Time Podcast.
I'm here with Craig.
Crag.
How do you say it?
How do you say
Is
what?
it Craig with a hard E? Craig?
Craig.
Or do people say it in the Utah way where they say Craig?
No, they just call me Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
How do you spell Craigery? Is it with an EG or is it an AIG?
I think it's with an ORW.
Craigor. I like it. I think it's going to catch on. I think that's a good... Yeah, I think that's solid. I really like that.
My actual name is Crag. Craggg.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That's what my...
Or congrats.
That's what my wife called me when she made my me on my Nintendo Wii.
Oh, and it's just
was
been that
Crag.
forever?
It's been that forever.
I want to say that's how my brother's is. His was Bobo, and it was well, now it's really offensive. I can't describe it anymore. It was funny in 2008. Now I'd get canceled, so I'll tell you off air. But anyways,
We're probably
you
going to
guys,
get canceled for this anyways.
you guys, we as a community have accomplished a feat
Ugh,
because Craig just went and saw Barbie.
I did.
He did it. He finally did it.
I did it. And there was Oppenheimer playing right next to us.
That's so funny.
So
honestly.
in all of the like super quiet scenes, you were just...
That's really funny, actually.
I'm pretty sure I heard when the bomb went off.
I've already told you a lot about kind of what I thought about this. Well, kind of base level
Yeah.
that I liked it, right?
What would you give it?
Oh my goodness. For what the movie is trying to accomplish, I'd probably give it a 9.7.
Wow.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It just
has
is.
some pretty funny parts.
Okay, what would you give it?
0 out of 10 because there was no Barbie girl in a Barbie
It was at the very end, kind of.
Kind of. No,
But you did say you were going to give it a 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
I just made up for it like tenfold
No, you
with
didn't.
Rammstein.
They didn't put it in there. They
Dude,
could have put that in
Can you
there.
imagine that in the movie? That would have made my
See,
day.
that would have put it at 10
My
out of
absolute
10.
day. Wait, can I say a theory before you say your score?
Okay.
My theory is, so you went and saw this with Jesse.
Yes.
Jesse hates everything. So my theory is he hates every movie, and I'm assuming he hated this one or pretended to hate it because it's the cool thing to do to hate Barbie, right?
Okay.
My guess is he rubbed off on you, and you actually internally think it's pretty good,
Obviously.
but you're going to want to crap on it because Jesse ruined the mood.
Totally. He actually gave it a higher score than I
Did
did.
he really? So Jesse kind of liked it a little
Jesse
bit.
actually did like it.
Okay, Jesse, if you hear this, I'm really sorry. He just hates all the movies that we like. And so it's like...
Well, no, not all
Maybe
of them.
not
But
all
yeah,
of them.
he does hate a lot of
He
them.
always just has negative opinions.
He hates
about stuff.
127 hours and he's never even
Well,
seen it.
Yeah, okay. It's stuff like that where I'm like, I can't respect your opinion. You have to watch it first.
You're like, I
but-
hate it, but I saw it.
Okay, after all that, what's your score?
8.5.
That's way better than I thought you were going to give it. I thought we were looking at 4s or 5s here.
No.
You have to admit.
There were some really super hilarious parts.
Yeah.
There's a little bit that rubbed me wrong, and we'll get into that
About
in
the
spoilers.
patriarchy.
not even that. It was more of just how belittling they were to just guys in general, like being
Gotcha.
pigs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, some people are just going to sit there and stare at somebody and say all these like rude things to them, but every person she came into contact to was like, I want to get in your pants.
Yeah. Oh, it's a super.
And it was like,
Yeah.
so here's my thing.
Okay.
I have zero problems with girl power movies, right?
Right.
Not at all. I have zero issues with that. And I have a story that I'm going to tell that I was going to tell even before I saw this movie.
Okay, fair.
Because it was a good story, whether I liked it or hated it. So, like, even Avengers Endgame, where they have like the girl lineup thing,
Right.
I actually wasn't bothered by that. A lot of people thought it was cringy. Yeah. And where Captain Marvel's like literally the strongest being on Earth, why did she need all those people? But I wasn't like, oh, they're pushing an agenda or something like that. So, my wife has given birth twice.
Nice.
Okay. One with an epidural and one without an epidural.
Oh, so she's a superhuman.
So she's a superhuman.
Oh, sweet. Okay, congrats, Lindsay. You did something that I could never do.
Oh, 100%. I could never do that. Okay.
Wow, okay.
So I have zero issues with women and how strong they are.
Yeah.
I 100% think they're way stronger than me, mentally and physically, because of the stuff that she can endure.
Yeah.
Maybe I can lift more than she can, but
Doubt it.
yeah, I probably can't.
I've
honestly.
met your wife. There's no way you can lift
Dude,
more than she.
When she's moving, she just like
Yeah.
hulks it.
I've only ever, Lindsay, if you're listening to this, I've only literally ever seen your wife on stressful moving day. So to me, she's this like, just like intense,
Super
like
organized.
super like gung ho about things, like get it done kind of person. Not in like a bad way, but
No,
in just
no.
like a really intense way. Which that's like the only image I have of her is moving day, Lindsay. So I'd love to know her outside of moving. But okay,
so-
anyways, go on.
2 moments. With Rowan, she had an epidural, but it
Okay.
was very minor. Like she really didn't use much of it because she wanted to be able to feel everything. So we have the kid. We've survived the couple nights in the hospital, and we're coming home. And we lived in Eagle Mountain at the time, where it was basically a townhouse that was like 3 stories.
Okay.
And our bedroom was at the top. So 2 moments have crushed me / shown me even more how strong she can be. And we were walking up the steps, and she's never really like one to like express like pain or anything. If she's in pain, I have no idea she is, because she like holds it in and she really doesn't. She's a really high pain tolerance.
Yeah.
But we were walking up the stairs, and I just look over and she's just crying because she has
sad.
to walk up the steps after having birth and everything like that. And I
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't do it,
That's
right? I was
terrible.
horrible, right?
That's so sad.
And that was it. She wasn't even like, she wasn't wincing in pain or anything like that. It was just tears, right? And so
I
I
would
was like,
cry.
I know, right? I was like, oh my gosh, like you're crazy for one to be able to even do this. And so yeah, second kid, no epidural, and she made it through the whole thing. So like, holy crap, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have zero problems with women and being strong, because I totally think they are.
Right.
We don't have to go through something every single month like they do. We don't have to go through all
Oh
the
my
mental
gosh.
battle that they go through.
Every time I'm like, how do you spend like a third of your life or whatever just like living like this?
Seriously,
It's terrible.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
So, but the one thing I don't like, and the reason why I took a good amount of points off, is I hate when they showcase that by destroying men.
Yes.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, fantastic girl power. One guy was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, but it's real.
But it was real,
Yeah.
right? And freaking, what's his face? Kevin Costner was like destroying the bathroom thing, like go women,
Yeah.
you know, all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. So there's a lot of movies that do it really well. And so that was my only, it was like Ghostbusters, the newest one. Have you seen the newest Ghostbusters?
No, I haven't.
Not great.
Yeah.
And they just basically made any guy in there like an idiot. the stupidest person alive,
Yeah.
right? Which we are definitely at times. I mean, I will admit to
Right.
that. But like certain scenes where it was just they were portrayed so stupidly, or they were just pigs.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, all right, let's maybe tone it down a slight bit. You don't need to show that. I feel like a lot of the times they try to do that as a way to empower women, but why do they need to be empowered by crapping on somebody else? Can't they just be empowered because they're strong?
Yeah.
So
I agree with that for sure.
but I will say a lot of stuff surprised me with how much in depth they went into just the psyche of women, you know, and how they portray themselves and how they make, you know, how they basically destroy themselves in certain ways by how they talk badly about them, you know, and themselves and stuff like that. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I just hated that.
I fully agree. Like, they don't do that for men, so why should they do it for women?
Right.
Like, they don't tear women down in movies to make men look cool or strong or whatever, right?
No.
And there are plenty of good examples, honestly, of women in cinema that are just good characters and like built up. And I get that a lot of it is fight the patriarchy, and there has historically been a problem with kind of, I hate the term the patriarchy just because of what it's become, but I'm just going to use it
so many times.
They said it so many times.
Oh my gosh.
And so the reason I'm able to look past it a little bit is because I'm not looking past the things that you talked about where it's like all the men are like, oh yeah, like I'd hit that, whatever, right? That was like an over the top trope, which on one hand it's like, yeah, that's super dumb, don't do that. And on the other hand, it's like they did it so over the top where it's like, okay, maybe it's kind of more of a joke, but kind of not.
Yeah.
That's what this whole movie was for me, where it was
joke.
like everything, like there's so much like anti-patriarchy, all this stuff, but it wasn't the type that's in some like ultra woke stuff that's like actually woke. This was almost joke woke.
I didn't really get much.
Can we make a joke woke t-shirt?
Woke? Is that our new merch?
Joke woke? I don't know. So it's like,
I guess I didn't really get much wokeness.
no, not
from
wokeness.
This movie.
It's just like it was different, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but I do fully agree with that. And so some of it was cool, and I saw it with a bunch of girls. It was just me and a bunch of girls, and they all loved it, and you know, and I'll talk about a few other reasons why they loved it, but it in a lot of ways, like Courtney came out of it and she was like, that did feel like empowering. And I don't think it to the women who see it, and we're going to get so canceled because I'm going to talk for women right now. I'm so sorry, women. I think when most women watch this, they feel empowered not because of those things where it's like degrading to men, but because it is empowering to women. It does. And at the end, and this is, I don't know if this is the end, the message is good for both genders.
It is. Yeah. I've read a lot of things that said the ending was just telling Ken he needs to stay in his box, but I didn't feel that way at all.
And I also don't feel like this movie is anti-man. I saw a lot of things that was anti-man and man hating. I don't think it was that.
Yeah, towards
I can see how it can
end,
be portrayed.
It changed.
Yeah.
But like basically from start till almost finish, it was that. And then the ending was better.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know, it's kind of complicated.
It is complicated.
So you kind of liked it?
Yeah, it was better than I was expecting.
Okay, that's good.
You
went in.
There was some things
with
where I
low
was just
expectations,
super
though.
over the top for me.
Oh yeah,
that I couldn't handle.
Way over the top.
But especially when the freaking, as soon as the Warner Brothers logo came on and it was pink in the background, I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Dude, but this, you know what's funny about this? So you guys, we write down our notes generally, and so I have all 5 categories in my notes: visual, story, acting, score, vibe. And if you're listening to this for the first time, if you're a first-time listener, that's how we break down our movies. We rate them out of 1,000 points, broken into 5 categories, each worth 200 points, because movies are worth more than 10 points.
Yep.
So I have all my 5 categories written down here, and I have nothing under visuals, nothing under acting, nothing under score, nothing under vibe, and maybe the most notes I've ever taken under story, mostly because of
the one-liners and stuff. Oh yeah.
And I don't even remember what some of them are from, but they're so funny that, I mean, it's just worth it.
I wrote down one thing for visuals, and it was a shirt that Ken was wearing, and then everything else was story, and it was just one-liners.
The shirt if you're talking about the same shirt that I'm talking about, I'm buying it.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we have a few things to talk about. Most people probably have had all of Barbie spoiled for them already anyway.
Yeah.
But do you want to go ahead and jump into spoilers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's some stuff.
Definitely like lines and stuff. You'll want to go in fresh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I need to talk about that I need to remember to talk about.
Yeah.
But let's jump in. You
Yeah.
wanna jump into
Make sure to
spoilers?
subscribe.
Yeah, hit that
to the
subscribe button,
podcast.
baby, because it's about to be lit. Sorry, I did that. Also, I already have plans to see this movie 3 times in theaters. I've seen it once. I'm going again tonight. Shout out to my wife, Courtney, who just finished her master's degree today, and she wanted to go see Barbie tonight
Party.
at 10 o'clock. So we're
Gonna
going
get
to 10
wasted.
p.m. Totally get smashed. And then my family's coming into town, and my parents really want to see Barbie again, even though they've already seen it. So we're all going to go on like Saturday. So I'm going to see this at least 3 times in theaters, which is, I think, tying second place for the movie I've seen the most times in theaters.
Of all the movies you talked about going and seeing again, and it's going to be Barbie.
Yeah. And not just once, but twice.
Not just
I
twice,
haven't
but 3
re-seen a movie in theaters in years.
Since last year.
No, way
No?
longer than that. I can't think of the last movie I saw twice in theaters.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you went.
Maybe I went and saw, honestly, it might have been Solo. And not even because I wanted to, but because one friend asked me to go and then another friend asked me to go.
I think
That
the
might be like
most.
the last one.
I think the most times I've ever seen one movie in theaters was 4 times, and it was Big Hero 6.
Dude, that's a good movie to
It
go
was
see.
good,
that
and
many
it wasn't
times.
even like, man, we got to go see that again. It was like some friends wanted to go see, and we're like, oh, that movie's
Yeah.
amazing. Let's go see it again. And then I think me and Lindsay saw it twice in theaters by ourselves.
Nice.
And then it was,
And
you
that was
know-
pre-kids for you,
oh
right?
yeah,
For sure.
Well, yeah, because we went to
those-
movies. before then.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I saw Jurassic World, the first one, 5 times in theaters. And
Holy
again,
crap.
not necessarily because I was like, I gotta go back. I
mean, it was a
back.
great
just-
movie.
It was a great movie, but it was just that several groups of people
Yeah.
at different times wanted to go, and so I just went with them. That was back in 2015 or 2014. When did that come out? That was 14 or 15. Those were the 2 years where I went to every single movie.
Yeah.
That ever known. I was in the movie theater like 3 times a week.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
seeing
It's just like my
everything.
friend group. We were just movie theater goers.
Dude, that's
Kinda
great.
miss it a little bit, but married life is cool too. So, okay, let's jump into spoilers.
Okay.
Okay.
Visuals.
Okay, just kidding, I'll put it. Okay, visuals. I have a couple cool things that I
Okay.
didn't write down.
Okay.
One, did you know that they caused a worldwide shortage of pink paint?
No.
Yeah. They painted that whole cul-de-sac. They built,
Yeah.
first of all, I think they built that whole
They
cul-de-sac.
had to have.
And then they literally caused a shortage of pink paint in the
That's
world.
actually insane.
It's kind of incredible. And the second thing, that scene where they're traveling from Barbie Land to the
Normal
real
land.
world, 100% practical.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
They're
'cause-
on a conveyor belt.
yeah. Well, and he's like floating when he's in
It's
space.
all
just
real.
like a
I thought
rope
they
or
had done
something.
some like goofy, like weird type of CGI. It's 100% real. I saw
Nice.
the behind the scenes of it.
super weird looking.
Really weird looking, but
But props to them for making
Props
it
to them.
practical.
and then I mean, other than that, it looked kind of how I thought it was gonna look.
Yeah, it
Kind
did.
of weird,
Yeah.
like for example, the beach and the ocean. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what
That
it's
was pretty
supposed
funny.
to be. It's so,
just a standing wave.
dude. Also, we gotta just say this: the cameo that I told you that there was. John Cena as a mermaid.
You said better. I would
said-
have rather had Channing Tatum.
I mean, Channing Tatum also would have been great. I think it's the fact that he was a mermaid.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Channing
Yeah.
Tatum as a mermaid kind of would have been par for the course.
yeah, makes
John
sense.
Cena as a mermaid in a Barbie movie was
Super jacked
shocking.
mermaid.
He's huge. It's almost like he put on weight for this movie.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I gotta get swole for the mermaid part. So I thought that was incredible. So like I don't think I have problems with many of the visuals. And so costume design was awesome.
Uh-huh.
Weird Barbie was
It was great.
perfection.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tell me about you've seen it more recently, so maybe you'll refresh my memory
And
a
I'm
little
trying.
bit.
I'm trying to remember. There was one scene. Oh, when Ken hit the wave and was flying,
Oh,
looked really dumb.
It
I know
did.
it was supposed to.
yeah. Again, it's one of those things that's it's kind of just confusing because you're like, oh, I don't like the way that looked, but
I
also
didn't
it
like
was
the
right.
way it looked, but it was right in a sense, I
Yeah.
guess. Or like the car flips every
Oh,
time. Like it all was
Yeah.
correct, but it was odd
It
to
was
me.
jarring and weird. Did you know? You know the scene where Margot Robbie steps out of the heels and onto the floor, and her feet are still like that? Do you know she did that?
Oh, I'm sure.
She had to do like 25 takes.
Did she take like the day off or something afterwards?
I don't know, but literally because her feet don't move.
No, they don't.
And I was like, oh, there's for sure like a green screened pad right there. Nope.
She just did that.
She just did it. So that's impressive.
yeah.
Go women.
Yeah.
That's empowering.
That's
the women.
empowering women.
And I just love kind of the opening scene because I had sisters who played with Barbies too, and so it's like I recognize some of this stuff. And Courtney had so much fun because she had a bunch of Barbies and she had pregnant Barbie, which
She
is
had,
so funny.
what was it? Mirth?
She had
What?
I can't remember Marge.
Marge?
She had pregnant Barbie and the boyfriend or the husband or whatever of pregnant Barbie.
Oh, there was a husband.
Yeah, but anyways, so. You know, they have like the car that opens into the kitchenette or whatever it opens up into, and the Barbie house and all that stuff. There's stuff that like
That's actual
these
props.
girls had
Yeah,
when
that's
they were
actual
kids.
props.
And so I think that's another reason why this movie was so great, especially for women, because it's like this is the Transformers for guys. Because it's like, we played with Transformers growing up and then they made a sick freaking Transformers movie.
Yeah.
That's literally exactly what Barbie is.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
taking your favorite toy and turning it into this great movie.
That's
Honestly,
totally true.
that's what it is.
That's totally true.
So anyway, so at the beginning, like her fake food and she just drinks fake drink and they're narrating, and I guess this is kind of story, but and they're like, and she doesn't have to take the stairs because whoever's playing with her just puts her in the car and she just like floats off the house into the car. I just think all of that was so meticulously thought out and genius, and it looked great and all that stuff. So I'm honestly, even though I personally didn't love the choice of some of it, on the other hand, like it also was correct.
Yeah, I can
So-
respect for how it looks, but it was a bit much for me at times. But I would still give it like a 190.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
yeah.
it looked perfect.
Yeah.
In a way.
I'm gonna give it a 192
Okay.
because it was perfect. And speaking of visuals, we got to talk about costumes for a second. Most of what they did was costumes from actual Barbies, but some of it was new. Did I show you the new girl thing with the costume?
No.
Oh my goodness.
What is
Please
the
hold.
new girl thing with the costume?
Please hold. This is the most important thing you will see
Oh, no.
in your whole entire life. Oh, please tell me I saved it.
Oh, no.
I didn't save it, but I can find it.
Did you hear about Natalie Portman?
No. Oh, she's getting divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
My
that.
buddy sent it to me and he's like, you should show this to Sam.
Yeah, I'm already on that. Don't even worry. Okay, this is incredible.
What?
Ken is wearing, when he wears, and a lot of people may know this, when Ken is wearing that cowboy outfit with the tassels and everything,
Totally
it is
shit.
literally, it's the exact shirt. Look at the shirt, look at the flowers on the shoulders and all that stuff. It is the exact shirt
It
that
totally
Schmidt is wearing in New Girl when they go to the bar.
It totally is. He just doesn't have the pink shirt behind it.
Yeah, that's all. And the cowboy hat's different, but it's the same shirt. And so Brooklyn showed that to me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that was an
That's
important reveal.
hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have any other notes visually, but I do think
my one visual note was his I am Knuff.
Dude.
Knuff.
enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of those. I think Mattel is selling them. They're $60,
Oh my God.
and I'm just like, I can't think of a good enough reason not to buy it. You know,
Because it's $60.
some of my T-shirts are no, I don't have $60 T-shirts,
Oh, man.
but it's just.
That was pretty funny. That was my one
It's
visual
so
note.
funny.
Yeah.
And so another thing, I know I'm kind of backtracking here. Set design was really good because when they're in, is it called Barbie Land?
Yeah. Barbie Land.
When they're in Barbie Land, it always feels like they're in Barbie Land. It feels enclosed.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is pretty easy to do.
Well,
you
yeah.
just build a set, right?
But still,
and it looks like a set. But I don't know. It just worked for me.
it did.
So yeah, props. I just think people who worked on this movie, I think, just did a good job.
It's like game night
overall.
where it felt like a game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's that
Absolutely.
same thing.
Okay.
Okay, story.
Let's jump into story. Do you have a lot of notes for story?
I have a good
I don't
want
to take all of the one-liners.
Okay.
We can go back and forth
I
a
don't have
little
a
bit.
super ton of one-liners.
The first thing I wrote
Okay.
was just that the whole movie is a joke, which we've already talked about, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of perfect. It just, even though there are really serious elements, at the same time, the whole thing feels like a joke in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. And I don't know. It made me happy. That's all. Okay, what do you got? What's your first thing? We'll just go back and forth on notes.
So the first thing was, I forget her last name, Helen
Mirren?
Mirren? Yeah.
Is she in it? Wait, who is
was
she?
a narrator.
Oh, duh. Yeah, okay.
That's like the best part. She's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, when they're talking about the dolls and she's narrating it, and she was like, the only dolls that they had at the beginning were baby dolls. And she was like, and it's fun to be a mom for a little bit, but then you don't want to be a mom anymore. And
Yeah.
she was like, just ask your mom. Seriously, ask her.
I forgot about that. Dude, yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, there was some stuff like that. I immediately thought of you. I was like, oh my gosh, Craig would appreciate that so much. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but okay, so she starts to turn from stereotypical Barbie to a person, kind of. And her feet go down flat on the floor, and somebody yells, "Flat feet!" And it's like way over the top. I can't remember who yells it, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's like bloody murder scream, flat feet. And it's so funny.
It's just another Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, what's your next thing?
There are no multiples of Alan. He is just Alan.
He is just Alan, and it's Michael Cera, dude. Which is there another person who could have played that part?
No, it was perfect.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Perfect casting. I'm sorry, I'm taking this one. Kate McKinnon's Weird Barbie. Do they call her Weird Barbie or Freaky Barbie?
Weird Barbie.
Weird Barbie. So, first of all,
was in the splits.
the absolute best casting choice ever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Second of all, the idea to put Weird Barbie in there. What I like is this movie is like made kind of by Mattel, right? They were heavily involved in the making of this movie. So, I mean, obviously they're aware of it, but the fact that they just talk about Weird Barbie because anybody who's lived in a house of girls,
Yep.
there is a Weird Barbie. There's
Yep.
one that got their hair cut, who got drawn on, who got played with a little bit too hard.
So
Kate
was stuck in the
McKinnon as
splits.
Barbie is stuck in the splits. Her as Weird Barbie, her hair, her makeup, she
Her
hissed
little-
for no reason.
Yeah.
Just like, it's just like
Her little circle around the
a circle
eye.
around the eye. It just was genius to
Yeah,
put
that was
that
perfect.
character in there. I was just so happy that they did that. And she was played perfectly. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of the scenes that really got me. It's when they were talking about beaching each other off.
Yeah.
And it went on for so long. I'm going to beat you off first. No, I'm going to beat you off. We're going to beat you off together.
Dude.
Me and Jesse were dying.
Also, just Simu Liu, I love so much. Also, it just,
He was good.
they're so funny, man. It's so funny. Okay, I just have written down the Birkenstock. Is that when does Margot
when
Robbie
she's-
put on Birkenstocks? And oh yeah,
She's
okay.
got the two.
Yeah, so that was that whole scene where she's kind of talking to her about she can
talking
choose
to
to
Weird
stay.
Barbie.
Yeah, she's talking to Weird Barbie, and Weird Barbie is telling stereotypical Barbie that she can either choose to stay in Barbie Land or choose to go to the real world, go through the portal, and fix everything. And she's like, I'll stay in Barbie Land. She goes, nope.
No, you can't do that.
So she's got like, what does she have? A heel and a Birkenstock?
yeah.
And she's like, I wasn't actually giving you a choice. What does she say? She says, I'm not giving you a choice, but I just like.
No, that's what it was.
Wanted
Like,
to
you're
say
not-
it to
yeah,
give you
yeah,
get it more dramatic or something.
No, I wanted to give you the choice so it felt like it was your idea.
Oh, yeah. That was just so funny. Her character was so good.
So Weird Barbie, when she's talking about Ken, and she was like, I'd like to see what big blob he's got under those jeans. Because there's nothing there, right?
No,
it's
there's
just a
nothing.
little,
It's just-
it's just
yeah.
a little blob.
It's a bump. And then, okay, so who says I have all the genitals? Somebody.
That was
I think
Ken.
it's Ken, right?
Yeah,
he
it was
goes,
Ken.
He goes, I have.
Because she's talking to the douchey guys that are like talking about, and she's like, "Oh, it's fine. I don't have a vagina." And she's like, "He doesn't have a penis." And Ken's like, "I have all the genitals."
all the genitals. So funny. When she says I don't have a vagina, I was like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. It was really funny.
The part where it's supposed to be serious, and they're talking about how they're trying to talk about how stereotypical Barbie is not pretty or something like that.
Yeah,
and then the
fourth wall break.
Yeah, and then the narrator
thing.
comes on is like, tell the developers not to hire Margot Robbie as stereotypical Barbie to make the scene better.
Margot Robbie is obviously not the right choice if you want to get this point across or something, because they're talking about like Barbie looking ugly or normal or whatever. That's an A+ writing move.
Yeah, no, that was
right
good.
there.
That was good.
Solid.
Yeah.
So good. I just have Sublime written down. I don't remember who says it, but it must have been funny.
Oh, I don't remember that.
They must have just yelled Sublime. I don't know. No idea. Okay, can I talk about... Sorry. Okay, you say yours, I'll talk.
No, you're good. I only have one more.
So, the Kens, when they start to sing. Can I tell you why this is funny?
Okay.
So, I don't know. You seem like more of a normal guy maybe than I was. Have you ever sang to a girl on a date, Craig?
No, I've never sang to a
See,
girl on a
I
date.
have.
Okay.
And I would like to apologize to those women publicly, because I used to sing to girls before I could really sing very good.
Did you play the guitar?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Elizabeth was talking to me about how she was like, because Elizabeth just saw it for the first time like yesterday or a couple days ago, and she said that scene really, struck a chord with her, because that happens to her, I think, too often. And there was a really weird guy who sang to her. And what's so funny about it, and I only know this because I was this, when he's singing, what song are they singing?
I wanna push you around.
Yeah, okay.
I will.
When they start to go, and they do that a lot, it's real, you guys. Like, guys actually are out there doing that, and they think it sounds sexy. And I've spoken for women already. Now I want to speak for men.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry, women, for all the men who have sat you down and
For
have
4 hours.
played you a song on the guitar and sang horribly.
Oh.
So anyway,
I had the thought. I was starting to learn the guitar with a buddy.
you were gonna do it.
I was totally going to do it.
What is it in us? Is it the Y chromosome?
I don't
Does the Y
know.
chromosome play? Is it because the Y is in the shape of one of those cool V guitars?
No, the problem is you see all the movies of the guy like singing all beautifully to the girl, and they always get the girl, and so you're like,
Chest
if I
hair's popping out.
Yeah, if I sing to her, I'm gonna get her. So I gotta sing this song.
This right here is why they made a movie about hating men. Oh, we're so cringy sometimes. Great. But in all fairness, it's because the pressure's always on us to make the date good.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
so we do the only thing we know how to, and that is play
Sing
guitar
horribly and play guitar.
horribly.
I never
Okay.
actually learned to play the guitar.
But
so
anyway,
I
that
was
scene,
learning.
I laughed through that entire scene because it was funny and because it was
because it was so
accurate.
real.
Yeah, which is really sad to say.
Anytime
but
he did the,
it just took me back, and it's just like I was cringing about myself when I was watching the scene. I was like, oh no, I did that when I was like 16. Oh.
oh man,
I could name the names of the girls who had to sit through that, but I won't.
no.
You know who you are.
Did you do it to Courtney?
No. By the
Nice.
time I met Courtney, I'd grown a brain in my head, and I was like, I'm absolutely not going to do that.
But you
Every
have
once in a while,
good voice. now.
well, yeah. But now she when she wants me to sing, she asks, and I'll sing for her. But
Okay.
I don't just pull it out and just be like, I'm gonna sing you a song now. Yeah.
I
Wanna push you around. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. That's so horrible. Okay. Jeez, I'll never do that again. I'm gonna raise my sons not to do that. Tell Rowan. Okay.
Okay, what else you got?
My last thing is when I believe it's President Barbie, but I could be wrong. When she says that's because they're my dream houses, mother.
Yeah, it's got the little Mattel.
So
Thing in front of her
funny,
mouth.
just like the Mattel stickers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Brilliant.
It was brilliant.
Just great.
There was a lot of those just funny
Yeah.
one-liners. There was some stuff I did not write down.
In a lot of ways, it almost kind of felt, with a lot less fourth wall breaking, it felt very Deadpool. Like this was the
girl version of Deadpool.
This is like Deadpool Transformers Barbie. Which, if there's an idea for a toy out there, a Transformer that's a Deadpool Barbie.
That'd be a Barbie that transforms into Deadpool. Boom.
And then
why is there not
those
Deadpool
double
Barbie?
Transformers where you can transform into a car and then you can transform into a helicopter?
Yeah.
This, you can transform it into like Barbie, into Deadpool, into Barbie's dream car Deadpool.
There you go.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Mattel, hit us up. We want.
Yeah, you know.
We want 2%.
2% patent pending.
Yep.
Okay.
Ping.
Okay, do you have more story?
I only
that
have
was my
one
last
more.
story.
I only have one more story. This one was more of a serious tone rather than a one-liner.
Yeah.
But this is only a little bit of acting. The mom was fine for me. I think she did.
America Ferrera.
Yeah, I didn't think she did the best. She did fine, but like some of the serious stuff didn't quite hit as hard.
Yeah.
But I guess this wasn't her. I think this was actually Ruth that was saying it. So maybe I'm totally off.
Okay.
So she says when she's talking to Barbie, I think it's Ruth, the old lady. She says, "Us mothers stand still so our daughters can see how far they've come." And I was like, that was a really cool line.
That was a cool line.
Yeah. Just like, just a really cool line to
Yeah.
really just kind of like explain stuff, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of like, oh, all right. Because that was kind of her idea for Barbie.
Right.
Came from that and from
Right.
obviously her daughter.
That's why I think, and I guess, I'll talk about that in a second. My last thing that I didn't write down, but I remember, my takeaway kind of from this movie comes from one line where, and I don't know the line word for word, but where they basically say, the gist of it, paraphrased, is neither men nor women exist for the other or exist to perform, I guess, for the other gender, which like, obviously there's like love and relationships and stuff, but the point being women don't exist to please men and men don't exist to please women, right? That can happen along the way.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was kind of a cool way, because it was kind of towards the end, so it almost felt like a cool way to wrap it up and like say the message basically is it's not man hating in the end, right? It's more like super just equality and like be yourself and exist for you and also like be nice to other people, but work on yourself kind of.
Yeah.
It was a cool message.
But it was to be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't care what society thinks of you or anything like that. I mean, when she freaking looks down at her leg and there's a little bit of cellulite on there.
The talk about cellulite was so funny.
But it's like, it's so true that I'm going to go do this so I don't have cellulite.
Yeah.
It's just like, why does that even need to be a thing? You know,
I know.
What's the matter with cellulite, you know? And so,
it doesn't do anything to you.
No,
like,
it doesn't. But for some reason, society has deemed that it's an imperfection, you know? And so it was cool in a lot of ways that they were. That's where I was like, I didn't get the feeling of just they had to crap on men to raise women in this movie. There was those things, but it was just about finding yourself.
Yeah.
And becoming the person you want to be rather than caring what other people think of you.
Right.
You know? So it's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So when you were over a few weeks ago and you were talking about how you didn't want to see it because like Barbies are like, they're too skinny and they have this like, they give you like they give girls like a false sense of like what they should look like and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, just go see the movie because that's kind of like, they touch on that a lot. But then at the same time, it's like Margot Robbie and it's like.
Well, and that was the other thing, right?
Yeah.
They were talking about, anytime they were talking about you don't need to be perfect, it was like with beautiful people.
And almost everybody in the whole movie was perfect looking. There were like a couple people who weren't, like Michael Cera, but he was there as a joke because he's not good looking.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So it was kind of.
It was kind of a mix.
And I also felt in a way, they were bringing it up and doing that so that people wouldn't hate on them.
Yeah.
But they also still have pushed that agenda for so long. So it's not
Yeah.
like all of a sudden they had a change of heart. They were like, this would be really funny to put in our movie
Right.
and we'll get credit for it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's a lot of companies these days that kind of got to backstep a little bit.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's 2023, babe. That's showbiz, baby. Man, I've always wanted to say
Showbiz.
that. Okay.
That ain't going anywhere.
That ain't going anywhere. Okay, Craig, what would you give the story and writing?
There's a lot of good writing in it. I had some issues with the story. I'd do 185.
Okay. I was about to give it a 195, and then I remembered the whole Will Ferrell storyline, which I didn't care for.
No.
I'll give it a 191.
That was the other thing that I was just like bothered by was just how stupid they were. Like they were just like,
Yeah.
I'm going to jump over this cubicle because it's faster and I
Yeah.
don't know where this door is or I need to push this button because I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of the stuff where it was just like, okay, why do they need to be portrayed so stupidly?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
They're not stupid. In fact, they're incredibly smart by what they've done.
Right. So most of the story I liked. I liked the fact that she's, regular Barbie, but then she kind of starts to have this weird stuff happen because this girl who's playing with her is so depressed, yada, yada, yada. She has to go to regular land, find the girl, fix the situation. I like that a lot. I think
Yeah.
it's really clever.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how do you make a Barbie movie, right? Without
Exactly.
like being, because have you ever seen any of the old animated Barbie movies?
Oh, no.
Do you have sisters?
I had one, but she was 7 years older than me.
Oh, okay. They made some animated Barbie movies, and personally, they're not my cup of tea. So bad. So I was like, is it gonna be like something like that? Like, what's it gonna be like? So, but I think they made a really clever story and with clever beats. But then when they get into that, it just was like,
It was dumb.
it just didn't hit at all. It was
No.
kind of dumb. So that's why I'm taking points off. If that was just not in there, because it almost feels like it was unnecessary too.
It
Like
was very
didn't really
unnecessary.
drive
It didn't
the
do
story.
it didn't do anything because
Yeah.
the only thing that would somewhat drive the story is when she's in the box and they start tightening the twist ties, which I
Yeah.
thought was funny because
Yeah.
that's how they come packaged. Then she is like, "Oh crap, I need to run."
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
even they go to Barbie Land and they just kind of show up there,
Right.
and then they say a couple things at the end, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
I forgot one more thing.
Okay.
My last story note.
Yeah.
Last line of the movie. So I had read an article, or I'd seen a headline for an
yeah. Oh,
article
yeah,
that
yeah.
said,
remember.
what's the writer's name? Greta Gerwig?
Gerwig.
Greta.
She's a director. She's a writer also.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe
she's a
it's-
director.
It was somebody who worked on the movie. It was
Greta
like, I
Gerwig.
knew I needed to end the movie on a punchline. That's all I saw. And this was before I saw the movie. It's like, okay, so I wonder what that punchline is going to be. And I had no idea, right? And you're going through the end of the movie, and at the end, she decides to stay in real land and go somewhere. And she
Become a human.
shows up, and I was almost positive she was showing up for her first day at work.
Yep.
Right? You just know it's very obvious, right?
Yep,
She's going
yep.
to a job. And she says, "Can I help you?" And she says, "I'm here to see my gynecologist." Freaking genius.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was so funny. Our theater erupted at that. It was hilarious. So bonus points for that. Actually, I'm going to give it a 192 because
Nice.
I forgot about that. And that's a big bonus.
No, it was pretty funny.
Okay. Acting. I don't have any notes.
I don't have any
But I
notes.
know what I have to say.
Okay, so I thought the mom was fine.
Mm-hmm.
The daughter was fine. I didn't really care for Will Ferrell. I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan.
I was just about to say that. There's a few Will Ferrell movies that I love that I think he's great in.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't think I'm that big of a fan of Will Ferrell. I think he
Elf?
overdoes a lot of things.
Hilarious.
Elf is great.
Step
Talladega-
Brothers was funny.
I still haven't seen Step
Step Brothers is pretty funny.
Talladega Nights is
I
hilarious.
haven't seen that actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're gonna watch that.
I know.
That's a movie you have to see.
Yeah.
That's like a Pulp Fiction of the modern world.
It's like an
we have
Napoleon
Pulp
Dynamite.
Fiction. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But like
That's
there's
basically
not a ton
no.
of
There's
other
really.
stuff.
I'm not a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
He's just he's been too. Adam Sandler's over the top, but he's still so funny. Will Ferrell just
Yeah.
feels over the top.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
He just doesn't. He doesn't seem
That's
funny
exactly
to me.
how I feel.
Except for like Elf where
he
he's supposed to
overplays a
be.
lot of things, but
Yeah.
Elf, he surprisingly kind of doesn't overplay that role. He kind of does
I
it
think
how
it's
it's
because you
supposed
can't
to be.
really overplay that role
I guess so.
because of how weird
Because
it
it's
is.
already weird.
Yeah.
Because in the Barbie movie, he doesn't really play that weird of a role.
No, he's a
but
CEO.
He way overdoes
A
it.
stupid CEO.
So they should have gotten Tom Cruise.
Just have a parachute.
I
off
honestly
of
would have
it.
loved the same Tom Cruise from Tropic Thunder to be the CEO in this movie. I thought that would have been hilarious.
That would have been pretty
Also,
funny.
some of the story beats where he's talking about the female CEOs and he's like, I'm not one of them, but there was one like in the early 90s. I thought that was
And
really
he's
funny.
like, and then there was another one, I think.
yeah.
So that's at least two.
That's at least two.
So, okay. Margot Robbie, I think, is fine in general.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, I think she plays perfectly. In the
Yeah.
old Suicide Squad, that movie was garbage. I think she did really well in it, and
Right.
Will Smith did really well in that movie. The new Suicide Squad,
Is she in that one?
yeah,
Okay.
she's Harley Quinn still. So it's kind of like it's a little weird because she plays the exact same character. So, but she does that really, really well. I actually thought she killed it.
In this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought so too.
Like I was
Because
actually
I feel the same way.
shocked. I was like, okay, she's fine, whatever. But like her emotions,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was able to display so well.
Oh,
Because it's
yeah.
like Barbie becoming not Barbie, right?
She did great.
So a lot of just like facial expressions with no talking. I was like, dang, okay.
When she like gets
Wow.
really sad,
Yeah.
when she goes to the real world, what she did a super good job. Because I feel
Yeah.
the same way. I think before for me, she's kind of medium, and I wonder, is this the world now? Am I about to prove the movie right? I part of me wonders if it's almost like, oh, she's a hot girl. Can't be that good of an actor.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like I wonder if there's some subconscious in me that's kind of like that almost, where it's like a Natalie Portman situation,
Right.
Where it's just like she's not just a pretty face, but
Yeah,
like that's
for the
why
most
she's
part.
successful. But she freaking killed it.
Yeah.
She did a really, really good job.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying beautiful women can't be good actors. I'm just saying that maybe because of society or somebody, maybe I thought something like that.
That was another funny part when they came into the real world, and there was a billboard of all of the miscongeniality people.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, was like the society of
It's
some,
Miss Universe. And
Yeah.
it was she thinks it was the Senate or
yeah,
something like that.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That was really funny.
So
but-
I thought she did really well.
Yeah.
I thought Ryan Gosling did pretty well too.
I thought he actually did so good.
He good. Again, the facial expressions that
Yeah.
he was able to make, being Ken, not being Ken, was really good.
Yeah, and just when he discovers the power of men in the real world and he discovers like horses and stuff.
Dude, horses.
I mean, phenomenal. So good. I just was so happy.
Yeah.
And then Simu Liu was phenomenal. I loved his character
Yeah.
as Ken. The only guy who I didn't like, and I'm growing to like less and less and less, I don't know his name, but the third Ken, the one who's against Ryan Gosling's Ken. Do you know who I'm even talking about? He was like the secondary main Ken. And he was the drummer when they were playing the song.
Oh,
He's the main bad guy in Secret Invasion and was also bad in that.
he was the main
That
villain?
guy? Yeah,
Oh,
he was
okay.
Gravik.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah. I could take it or leave it.
So boring.
Was
for
Falcon
me.
in this?
Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
don't
Dude, there
think
was
so.
one time where I was looking at one of them and I was like, it looks like the Falcon
Wait.
dude, but I couldn't tell.
Let me check.
Okay.
Also, have you Googled the word Barbie yet?
No.
You don't know what happens.
Google. It's a turn all
No,
pink.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
I'll show you. So you go to Google. Oh, let me type in google.com because I'm a nerd. And then you type in Barbie. Here's the B. And you hit enter. And then
Oh,
you get
gosh.
sparkles. It's so fun. Okay. So, but then you type in Oppenheimer and nothing happens.
Lame. Your whole screen should explode.
But the best one, you guys, I'm so sorry. This is a little off topic. If you Google, I'm going to show you. It's the most exciting thing ever. Watch this. I'm going to type in askew and hit enter. Watch the page. The whole page is a little
Skewed.
crooked. It's really fun.
Well, there's like, if you do barrel roll, it'll
Yeah,
spin
uh-huh.
around.
There's so many fun Google things. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I just got way off topic. So, okay, so acting.
It's hard because a lot of people did well, but just a few people I really didn't do great. 187.
Wow, I was going to give it a 188.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, America
it's
Ferrera
overall
was
good.
fine. Her speech was a little over the top, I think, but whatever.
It just
Will
it
Ferrell's
just wasn't.
character.
I didn't feel the frustration that she was trying to portray.
Yeah. The speech, I think, itself was fine, but it was
Speech
the
should
it
have
was
been
the
really
delivery
great,
was-
but it was
yeah.
the delivery wasn't.
So
great.
I think not even just Will Ferrell, everybody who worked in that office, the acting was not great, which is probably a direction thing and not an actor thing, except for Will Ferrell. But yeah. Okay, score.
Okay,
dude.
So you loved this score.
I thought it was a bumping soundtrack, bro.
It was fine.
I thought that's such good music.
Okay, a lot of it was just like pop songs. It just felt like.
But they slapped, man. They were in the right spot at the right time.
The best was I didn't care for the opening song until the second verse, where the second time they play the song and it's like her thinking about death and everything.
Oh yeah, it's so
like
funny.
then I was like, okay, this is pretty hilarious.
That song was, I thought, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. I mean, it was fine for me.
Okay.
I guess it wasn't the part where all the Kens are dancing. I'm really not a musical fan. And this really wasn't a musical, which was nice. They just did dancing for the most part. It wasn't actually like singing and dancing.
Yeah.
So I didn't dislike it as much as I thought I was going to. There were some times where I was just like, oh gosh. But for some reason, that Ken part was fantastic.
Okay.
I don't know what about it, but I was dying laughing when it went to all of them in the black and they're all just dancing super dumb.
I freaking love it.
I don't know why I thought it was so funny. Like the whole crowd was laughing. I mean, 170.
Okay.
I mean, it was fine.
Okay.
Nothing stood out to me, I guess.
So this
Other
actually...
than, actually, I'm going to give it a 4 because there was no Barbie girl.
because no Barbie girl. Hey, that's higher than what you originally gave, which was a 0. Okay, this was pretty close to on par with like Nobody for me.
Okay.
Just as far as song choice goes.
Okay.
Right time, right place, right song, just everything, every single time was like right exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah.
When Ken's singing about blonde fragility and he says he wants her to see the man behind the tan. Come on, dude. Who wrote that? Because that is amazing.
And I'm just a 10 or what was the thing about him being a 10? I want to be more than just a 10 or something like that. It was
You
pretty
know what,
great.
Craig? We're going to look up the lyrics real quick.
I'm just Ken.
Can you feel the Kenergy? Are you kidding me?
The Kenergy.
I'm just a Ken. Anywhere else, I'd be a 10.
That's what it
my
is.
Destiny to live, or is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just Ken. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tan and fight for me? Yo, written by Mark Ronson.
Yeah, Mark Ronson.
Andrew Wyatt, Carolyn, and Dua Lipa.
When I saw Mark Ronson, I was like, oh, okay. You getting some Bruno Mars in here?
Okay, I'm just going to read some of this. Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number 2. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain, driving me insane. All my life, been so polite, but I'll sleep alone tonight. Then there's the chorus that I just read. I want to know what it's like to love, to be the real thing. Is it a crime? Am I not hot when I'm in my feelings? And is my moment finally here, or am I dreaming? I'm no dreamer. Can you feel the Kenergy? Feel so real, my Kenergy. Can you feel the Kenergy? Feel so real, my Kenergy. And the chorus. I'm just Ken, and I'm enough, and I'm great at doing stuff. So hey, check me out. Yeah, I'm just Ken. My name's Ken, and so am I. Put that manly hand in mine. So hey, world, check me out. I'm just Ken, baby. I'm just Ken. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody. That is so good.
Yeah.
I have to give this. I'm gonna give this 196 points.
Nice.
It just was so good, and there was a song in the middle of it. I want to say it was a Lizzo song, which hurts me. Here's the deal. I hate Lizzo with every fiber of my being. Some of her music is freaking, it slaps so hard. Some of it's just great. And I have to, sometimes you got to separate the art from the artist.
No, I will agree
Lizzo's
with that.
the number one thing for me as far as that goes. So, yeah, I just thought it was really good.
Okay.
Really solid. Okay.
All right, what's your vibe?
I would be lying if I didn't give it a 200.
Okay.
I thought about giving it a 199 for like the Will Ferrell stuff, but honestly, I forget about that because of how good the rest of it is. So I'm sorry. It's 200.
I'm going to do a 173.
That's pretty low. How often did you audibly laugh? I'm just
There
curious.
was a good
about
amount of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
There was a lot of funny things.
Was it
in
funnier
there.
than you thought it was going to be?
Yes, it was funnier than I thought it was going to be.
And did I hype it up more than you thought it was worth?
No.
Did you feel like it was kind of, even though you only gave, no, I say only, even though you gave it an 8.5,
is really not that bad.
do you feel like it was like a must see, like something you definitely needed to see this year?
For certain things, yes.
Okay.
For certain scenes, they were like made me laugh pretty
Weird
hard.
Barbie's almost worth the whole movie, and John Cena Mermaid. Those
Yeah.
two things is
Weird Barbie was pretty perfection
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I think he's fine. Crazy Stupid Love's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I take it or leave it, but he did do Ken pretty dang well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
The one Ken.
Okay, so Craig, what do you think you gave the movie out of 1,000?
Did I hit the 8s? Or am I in the 9s? 892.
That is a solid guess. 905,
Okay.
which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I gave this a high score. Huh?
You had a really high score.
960s probably. Maybe 950s. I'm going to say 961?
972.
968.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a high one for me, folks. Okay. So we have guest box offices. But
yeah.
I say we redo it.
No, you can't redo it.
Really? You don't want to redo yours? Because
I'm higher
it has
than you.
already surpassed both of our guesses.
But I'm higher than you.
Yeah, but
So I win.
okay, that's fair. I'm still gonna make a second guess. So let's just check it real quick.
Let's do a second guess too.
We'll write it
Has it
down. As a
surpassed
second
us
guess.
yet?
I think so, or it's really close.
It's really close
So you said 1.15,
to something.
1.154872498, which is pretty close to pi. And I said 1.12. Right now, we're sitting at 1.042,
Okay.
which is insane.
In 2 weeks.
Honestly, it makes sense.
When we left the theater, Jesse said he was like, I see why this is the biggest movie of the year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even love it or hate it, even people who hate it, I actually just disagree with them completely. I think there's something else going on if you hate this movie.
Yeah, because
Because
again, I do think there were certain things that were way overplayed.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Very just like not real.
Absolutely. Because, real quick,
Yeah.
stuff like that also paints men in a bad light too.
Right.
Because they make it seem like every single guy is like that.
Right.
Which is inaccurate.
Yes.
So
I
again,
do know that there
Yeah.
are a lot of issues with like girls' wages versus guys' wages and
sure.
stuff like that, right? But you mean to tell me that if some girl walks down the street that like 30 guys all in a row
Yeah.
are just like, I want to.
if that has
do
happened,
stuff to you?
if you have been walking in an okay part of town and that has ever happened to you, please hit us up. I would love to hear your story.
Yes, seriously.
Because I've never heard of that happening in
No.
real life, ever.
No.
Maybe if you're in the scariest part of Latin America, because I've had
And
it
there's a
happen.
group maybe.
I've
that
had it
says
happen to me when I was in the third world. I've had an entire busload of women catcall me.
Oh, I was wondering if it
tell
was
me they
guys.
wanted to cut me up, boil me, and eat me. So I'm just saying this kind of stuff exists in the world. There are a bunch of Jeffrey Dahmer freaking 13-year-olds apparently. But anyway, so also this is split almost 50-50. So it's split 45-55 international and domestic. So
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting.
International is 55?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so with it being in theaters for what?
2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Sunday, like
I guess
last
tomorrow
Friday
will be
was
3, right? Like from
well-
actual first days.
Yes.
'Cause it's usually it came
Yeah.
out on Wednesday. So tomorrow, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Did Avatar do that? Probably.
No, probably not in 3 weeks. It
Really?
didn't drop. That was the thing
Dude.
with Avatar.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going and going and going. And that's the only reason why the first one did as well. The opening was not great, but it just never stopped.
Dude, $1 billion in 3 weeks is crazy. And you know what? I was looking at movie times. We can't go at 10 o'clock tonight. We have to go at 10:20 because the 10 o'clock is sold out.
Well,
At
yesterday.
10 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Well, yesterday when we bought our tickets, there was like 5 seats left.
This movie's going to make a crazy amount of money. I have a new guess. And it might be crazy, but I'm going to do it.
I'm going to say 156.
Oh, that's so close to mine. All right, Craig says 156,000. You can't change it. I'm putting you down for 156,000.
Okay.
I was going to say 1.64.
Okay.
2.
So I won, but we'll see who wins the second round.
Sure, you won. But it doesn't count because you hadn't seen the movie yet. Now that you've seen
does.
it. Nope.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it does. No, go away.
Sorry. I was deemed referee.
Nobody loves you.
Oppenheimer. Okay, let's check up Oppenheimer. You have anything else to say about Barbie?
No.
Okay. Lit.
I'm not even going to say go see it because everybody is seeing it. So.
I know you don't have to. Nobody's going to listen to this. Actually, there might be a couple people who listen to this who haven't seen it. But I would say go see it. Like, for real, for real. There's a reason why this is probably going to be, or almost definitely going to be the highest grossing movie this year.
I think it's going to beat Mario.
There's no way it doesn't make another $300 million, right?
Yeah. What's coming out? We have TMNT, which it already beat in its first week. And
gosh.
Blue Beetle.
When's Blue Beetle? Is that
11th.
Oh, that's next week.
Yeah.
No, that's
this week.
this week. Oh, okay. Do you want to see that?
I don't know.
I kind of want to, just to see a movie that's just a movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing riding on that movie for me.
Yeah, other than like I'm just so done with superhero movies now.
But what if it's great? It's not gonna be, but what if it is?
It could be.
It could be. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at some box offices, folks.
Okay.
Oppenheimer is doing well.
Yeah.
It's hard to like look at this number and be like, because I look at, so right now it's sitting at 560 million, which
Okay.
is pretty good for a movie.
Last week when we were talking
right?
about it was at 5.
Yeah. And so, but it feels so low because Barbie is so high.
Yeah, but it's R.
Yeah.
560 for R is like actually
No, that's
pretty
true.
unheard of.
And it's going to beat Mission Impossible by quite a bit, probably.
It's already beating Mission
Well,
Impossible.
yeah, it's beating it, but it's going to
Which is
keep
sad.
going. It is sad. 500 million for Mission Impossible. Almost. Really close. Wow. So Oppenheimer's still doing good.
Yeah, no,
what was
it's
the budget on
killing
that?
it.
Like 80 million?
No CGI, probably. And everybody took a pay cut to
So there
work for
was
him.
CGI, it just
Yeah.
wasn't in the bomb scene. Just
Well,
to clarify
there
our
was-
episode.
There was CGI for a lot of like the cleanup stuff, but
Right.
basically everything was practical
Right.
effects.
$100 million.
Okay.
What do you think the Barbie budget was?
72.
I'm going to say it was 115.
I think
Because
that's
of
high.
all the pink. I've painted my house. I know how much paint costs. 145 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but think about the actors. Think about the sets.
Yeah, but you think of Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yeah, but
everybody took a
Oppenheimer
pay
was
cut to work for him.
Think about Oppenheimer and Barbie. Oppenheimer is way more simple than Barbie is.
That's true. They built stuff, but
It was a bunch of tin sheds in the middle of the
Yeah,
desert,
yeah.
some costumes, a bunch of people who got paid $50 to be in a Christopher Nolan movie, and one big explosion. I could have made that movie for
honestly,
$40.
It was probably like 120 million, but Josh Peck gave Christopher Nolan $20 million to be in his movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
but he got from
Ryan Gosling got paid
Josh.
$12.5 million. Margot Robbie got paid $12.5 million.
Okay, I was actually gonna be like, if they paid her less than Ryan Gosling, this whole movie's thrown out of the.
Yeah. Simu got paid $2 million. And does Johnny Depp have a Barbie doll collection? You ever just click on the questions on Google and you just can't stop and it just keeps going? The actor possesses dozens of limited edition Barbie dolls. Who has the biggest Barbie collection in the world?
All right, Johnny Depp.
Holy cow, some German lady has 18,500 Barbie dolls.
Holy crap.
Does Johnny Depp collect Barbie dolls? They just suck you in and you can't stop
Oh
clicking.
yeah, no, you can't.
Who is the new Barbie self-made millionaire? Madam C.J. Walker. Good for her. What was the black Barbie doll? The first Barbie doll sold by the... Yeah, I could just click forever and they just make more and more every single time. Who is the chubby Barbie? Oh, a curvy Barbie. You know what? Us husky people don't like being called curvy. I much prefer husky.
Or fluffy.
Or fluffy.
Fluffy.
Or like lovable.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Well,
Okay.
that's it.
That's it. We have now seen Barbenheimer.
We did the Barben. I mean, we didn't do the Barbenheimer, but we
No,
did it.
we did the Barbenheimer.
It's all good.
We did the Hyman Barben.
Yes.
The Oppen.
Harmon.
The Oppen.
Bobbin,
The
Doodle.
Oppen Arby.
Do you guys,
Oppenarby.
do you guys agree with our takes on Barbie and stuff? Let us know.
In the
Hop over to
comments.
YouTube,
Yeah.
check out the video, and let us know in the comments. We'd
Yeah.
love to know what you think about the movie. And if you think we're wrong and you want to chew us out, we
Do
would love
it.
it. Go ahead, leave a like, and go ahead and just chew us out in the comments. That'd
Leave
be
a
great.
like
And
first and then chew us
then
out.
share the video.
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Share it with everybody and tell us how dumb we are.
Yeah, toes.
Tag Elon Musk in it.
Yeah,
Dude, we're at 12 days of asking Elon Musk to promote our podcast.
it's going really well so far.
Yeah.
He's going to be on next week, so make sure to tune in.
We're commentating the Zuck and Musk fight.
Dude, we should go when they fight and just do
He keeps posting stuff about them fighting.
What we should do is, if they really fight, we should go and we should record the podcast there, but not even mention the fight.
No.
We're just like at the fight while it's
Just
happening.
like the
We're just like
background of
reviewing
just, like-
holes. I'm tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. Keep digging.
No, we'll just do Iron Man 2 when he's in it.
Yes.
That's it.
And Iron Man 2 followed up by The Social Network.
Yeah.
Bingo, baby.
Oh, man. Are they going to fight?
Holy
for
cow,
one?
there's a dog. What?
Are they going to fight for one, and how are they going to fight?
How are they going
Like,
to...
is it like actually
No, I
like
think
they're
they're
going to get
cage matching
together
it,
and they're
dude.
going to like actually fight? Or is it like digital videos of them like pretending to hit each other?
No, they're going to fight.
Okay.
They're going to fight.
Okay.
Straight up.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, who's up?
Didn't I do it last time?
I actually have no idea. I can just look it up real quick because I wrote all of them down.
I'm pretty sure I did it last time.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Oh,
What does it say?
I did it last week. Did we
You-
do Secret Invasion last week? Or did we do Oppenheimer
No, we did
last week?
Oppenheimer last week.
Oh, so you did it last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Russian Ethernets
Ooh,
act crazy.
crazy.
Tommy,
Oh, Tommy.
you know Tommy,
Yeah, I know Tommy.
is on...
NetSuite.
No, he's not. He's on Nectar. He's on Nectarines. Tool. I make everything. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode of Reaction Time Podcast. We will see you next week for insert movie name here.
Insert movie name here.
Okay, bye.
Probably a movie.
Probably a movie.
Probably.
What's the other option?
A movie. So we could probably see
Oh,
a movie
probably.
or a movie.
Or a movie. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll see you for a movie.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.